I'm a 36-year-old woman, and I've been called a lot of things in my life: organized, distant, calm, too calm, but never reckless. I've always done things by the book. I double-check every lock, every email, every receipt. I've had the same job in compliance for 9 years. I plan grocery lists by aisle. That kind of person. My sister Leah is 2 years younger than me. She was the one people remembered. She could walk into a silent room and turn it into a party without even trying. She painted murals in high school, dyed her hair every season, dated people who quoted poetry badly, and never finished anything she started. But people forgave her easily. She was magnetic like that. We were close growing up, even though we were opposites. I kept her secrets. She pulled me into things I never would have tried on my own. But as we got older, the differences grew harder to ignore. I wanted stability. She wanted freedom. Leah got pregnant at 25. She didn't mean to. The guy she was seeing left as soon as she told him. I remember her standing in my kitchen that night, trying to joke about it but holding her stomach like it already hurt. She moved back in with our mother for a while. That didn't last. Leah didn't do well with curfews or core charts, and our mother had no patience for missed wake-up calls or crying at midnight. I didn't step in. I was working long hours, keeping to my routines, and to be honest, I didn't think it was my place. Leah had always insisted she didn't need help. Nora was born in late spring, a quiet baby with dark hair and long fingers. Leah brought her by once or twice in those first few weeks, usually to drop something off or pick up something she'd left at my place months ago. She looked worn out, like the kind of tired that makeup can't cover. When Nora was 8 months old, Leah called me. She needed a break. Just 2 weeks. She said she wasn't sleeping, and everything felt too loud. She showed up that afternoon with a grocery bag full of baby clothes, a half-used pack of diapers, and a sticky note that said 8 ounces every 4 hours, loves lullabies. Nora stayed in the guest room. At first, I treated it like babysitting. I washed her bottles. I used the feeding chart. I warmed up sweet potatoes and made airplane noises with the spoon. But then Leah didn't come back. Not in a week. Not in a month. Not even when I told her Nora had her first cold, or when she started crawling toward the cat, like it was a mystery she had to solve. I bought a crib. I installed safety locks. I added Nora to my health insurance. I didn't ask too many questions, just adjusted. I figured Leah would return when she was ready. Instead, she moved out of state, said she needed space to figure out who she was. I got a short voicemail and a blurry photo of a mountain. That was it. The next 12 months were a blur of daycare drop-offs, fevers, nap battles, and tiny victories. Nora called the cat Mo, mashed blueberries into her hair, and learned to say no with perfect clarity before she could say my name. Leah called every few weeks, usually late at night. Her voice always sounded too fast or too slow. She talked about art classes and therapists and trying. Sometimes she cried. Sometimes she laughed like none of it was serious. She never asked how Nora was doing. Not really. When Nora turned 2, her pediatrician recommended I get legal custody, just in case. So I did. Leah didn't fight it. No paperwork from her side, no angry phone calls, just silence. That same week, I got one final call. I almost didn't pick up. Leah's voice was flat this time, not drunk, not frantic, just cold. She said I wasn't doing this because I loved Nora. She said I just liked being in control, that I was too cold to love anyone at all. Then she hung up. I stood in the kitchen for a while after that. The bottle warmer beeped. Nora laughed at something on the TV. And I threw out the sticky note she'd left all those months ago. That was the last time I heard from her for years. I never returned that last call. After the second time Leah left a voicemail slurring her words,